If you have some kind of heart condition, then don't buy Tesla. Tesla is a very interesting roller coaster stock. Now, we have seen crazy gains since about a couple of weeks, and we've seen crazy crashes with the stock. And this is nothing normal. This is Tesla normal, okay? So if you are an investor, then you might ask yourself, hey, in the current environment that we all consider to be not so great, oil crash, the overall health crisis, the overall economy slowdown, the lockdowns, and so on, how this will affect the Tesla stock. How much can we go up and how deep can we dive? And all about this, all about the mighty Tesla stock now in this vlog. Recording, the Tesla stock is somewhere hovering around $700, which is, in my personal opinion, a little bit too high considering the overall spectrum, the overall situation, the economy situation. The only plus point at this moment that Tesla has is a huge advantage over the other manufacturers, and also China is very strong for Tesla as well. But I believe that a fair pricing to jump into the stock is around 400 to 500 levels, where you can always easily buy some stock. You don't make anything wrong because the stock will really go to 2,000, 3,000 levels in a couple of months. But I still believe there's still a downturn potential for the stock, at least short term. We should see that the overall situation is not contained, guys. Think about companies like Ford and other. They are fighting now for company and governmental bailouts because they see what is coming in the car industry, though Tesla will be not that affected how other traditional car manufacturer should be, but maybe we will see also Tesla as a premium manufacturer to get those reduced demand. So what is the real good entry price if you're not invested in Tesla? I believe, let's have a look into this stock. So the stock, obviously, if you're looking into this stock, the brilliant price was around the 350 levels back in 17th of March. But nobody can foresee when this is the best price. And this is actually a problem because as an investor, you, especially as a new investor, you always fight against emotion. So if the price goes up and you see $600, $700, $800, then you get this FOMO moment, right? You think like, wow, I cannot miss this. I need to jump in. But then think about it, the upside potential is very, very low because how far Tesla stock can go. We have seen that the air gets thin at 1,000 levels. So, you have more downside potential if other factors come in place. Like, for example, we see now in Singapore, where we see now the second wave. And actually the second wave of the whole crisis is even more dangerous. And even there, the climate is quite warm, and we thought that Rona will not be so strong at warm climates. Now, Rona is apparently not so bad at hot climate. So, I'm not convinced that we are over the hill already. Definitely we mastered the first wave, which, you can see nicely here. We went down from the 900 levels in the mid of February, and the whole crash took us about 4 weeks, actually, a whole month where we lost 60% of its value of the stock and then gained about 100% back. And this is the beauty about it. If you are waiting and you are patient and you see these levels going down again, then you can make easily 100%, much more easily and much less down percentage and down risk for you than buying at those levels. And therefore I believe that, a fair price to get into the stock, maybe you are sold your shares, maybe you are waiting in general in the sidelines on Tesla and you missed the first wave, not that big things change, right? We're still waiting for the Q1 numbers. We're still seeing that China is very important and Tesla trying to produce as much as possible, but everything is changing, right? The guidance will be most probably not met by Tesla. This is very hard, but we will see how we go over the next couple of months. Let's have a look over the overall picture. If we're looking into the 5-year charts, we have seen that the spike that we had over the last couple of months was really thanks to the Model 3 production. This was a huge lift for Tesla to show not only as a company that they can survive, but also to push this and scale this, right? The whole part of electric car manufacturing is scaling, guys. If you don't want to be a small niche manufacturer like, for example, Lucid Dream or other small manufacturers, then you have to go scaling. And Tesla is the very one company that is doing it right now. Even VW or other big companies having problems to do this right now with their electric portfolio. So therefore, you see how good Tesla is really on that. But let's have a look into the chart. So in the last 9 years, from the 19th April to 20th of October, you see that the stock barely moved. We were at the down up overall scenario, and we have seen that over this period Tesla actually made a lot of significant things, from going to Model X, going to production for Model 3. We have seen the build-up of supercharger networks. So lots of things are happening in this couple of years, but still the stock didn't move. And then the Model 3 gave the company the push that it deserves. And then now we see a new levels that we are fighting on over the last couple of months, which is between somewhere around 500-ish and also 700 to 800-ish. So even at good days, as of this recording, we see that the stock can be quite volatile. We have seen that the stock is going here from $707 down to $690 and then going back to 700 levels. So overall it's still a zigzag, and the zigzag can be somewhere from 900 going back to 350. So everything that you can buy lower than 400, it's really a bargain for this company. And think about long term. I think there will be some news coming soon in the next couple of months that will pressure the overall market, not only Tesla but all car manufacturers, and also all of them together, with collapsing demand in the car industry. It's very hard for people to buy cars when they don't know what's happening with their industry. They don't know what's happening with their job. They don't know what's happening with their salary. They don't know what's going on the quarantine side. Can they even move out with their car, right? Some companies are very restricted also in terms of production, and Tesla need to obey those rules of the US government. If the government say, hey guys, we tried everything, we couldn't reopen at the 4th of May, we will actually reopen on the 4th of July or 4th of June, then Tesla even is in the risk to lose a whole quarter, and a whole quarter would equal to more of 150 cars, right? 150 cars is a lot of part of the revenue, and therefore I believe that Tesla definitely making the right steps, talking with landlords already. Hey, can we reduce the rent of our stores? Can we lay off some people, at least temporary? We can get them back once we are up and running. Can we reduce the salaries of employees? Many things are getting implemented, and this is the beauty about Tesla as well, that they are very creative of when it going into financials. You know, we have seen this in the summer of 2019 where Elon Musk said with his CFO, you know, we will look into every sheet of costs, and the CFO Zach Kirkin will definitely approve it or deny it, and I will look over the big things, or I will look over the every 10th page or something like that. So it was really interesting to see that they have the drive, they have the demand to go lower in cost overall. And now they have also raised on the perfect timing around $700 per share, $2 billion in total cash that they add to the cash pile, which is also brilliant because then they can even go further. You know, it's apparently approximately by charts that they burn or could burn $1 billion over each quarter if they have zero revenue, you know, and have all the costs. Still, there's not the cost reduction implemented. This we will see which effect this will have in the Q1. This will be very important. So in the Q1 to watch will be definitely how much revenue they can make during the downturns, and this is, you know, towards the end of the March. You know, this period will be important. Maybe we will have some questions answered by Ellen. How big of an impact is that? Secondly, how much cost they can reduce, and third, on how much cost they can float, right? Because in the end, if something happens that the lockdown will be extended overall, and this can happen, you know, we have seen now again in Singapore just happening the second wave, and it's even more aggressive than the first wave, and this can happen. And if this happens, then maybe we see Tesla at $350. And you know what I'm doing then? I'm doing a hell of a party, because Tesla at $350 is another lifetime opportunity of buying one of the best stocks and one of the best companies on the market. And you know, beside that, think about it. If you are having really this Tesla FOMO, you think about that, hey, you know, I really want to get in the stock, but think about, hey, put this on your watch list. Put really like jewels on the watch list, okay? And have there like 2-3 stocks, like maybe Amazon, maybe Tesla, right? Maybe Beyond Meat, so like really good companies that are going big in the future, and see how the prices will maybe drop in the end of the months, or in the end of the quarter, Q2, or in the end of the summer, and then, you know, decide when is the good opportunity to go in for you. But again, nobody can time the market, and nobody knows when we have the right time. Because if Tesla really go to 250 or 350 or 300 or 400 levels, or below 400, then comes not FOMO, then comes the real fear. Because then you are thinking, wow, if they are going 350, then I see them tomorrow at 250, and if I just don't see them there, maybe I see them at 180, I will wait, and then I wait, and I wait, and the stock goes up, and I wait, and I wait, and then it's 900 again, right? So don't wait too long, guys. It's maybe a great opportunity a couple of times over the next couple of months to get into those jewels from the watch list. And therefore, you know, stay with me, subscribe, and like this video for the mighty algorithm.